7:45 right now. You know, it's so normal for our dogs to act out and test their boundaries, just like a kid, right? They even do things that they don't realize are bad behaviors, but that becomes more troublesome when the dog is training to be a service dog. So this morning we are checking in on our service dog in training who is displaying some of those adolescent behaviors like barking at strangers, not obeying commands, and we're going to use Zipper, I think, as a learning experience maybe for the rest of us on how to curb some of those behaviors with our dogs at home. He's an adolescent now, and his trainers are working on exactly that. Aaron Conley here from Freedom Service Dogs of America. They, of course, are working to train Zipper. How are you, Aaron?
I'm well. How are you?
Good. So last we talked to you was when Zipper kind of graduated, which was a big step, but it doesn't mean that everything's perfect.
Right. So, Zipper passed all of his x-rays. Everything looked good there.
Yeah.
And normally at that point, we advance the dogs to the next step of service dog training. And for him, we've noticed some behavioral issues that have been going on. And so before we go any further in his service dog training, we want to correct those things.
Yeah. And we're talking about issues that, I mean, it's funny, you were describing what he's doing, and I'm thinking to myself, that's what my dog does every day.
Exactly.
So what kind of behavior issues are we talking about?
So we've seen him bark at dogs or people.
Right.
And of course, that's not appropriate for a service dog that's going to be in public.
Can't happen.
And also some of it is just stubbornness, and we'll be walking and he'll just kind of stop and decide he doesn't want to move forward.
Right.
And so that's something, if he's out in public with his person and he's there to help and he's going to stop and not move forward, that's going to become an issue.
Bit of a deal breaker if it doesn't get taken care of now. So you're kind of taking a pause on advancing, right? Or at least his trainer is, and focusing on this stuff.
Yes. So for the next 2 months, his trainer is going to really focus on correcting those behaviors and helping him to make the right choice when he's in those situations. And we're hoping that we can get him through that. And if we can, then we will really start doing the advanced training and looking at our waiting list, which has about 80 people on it right now, and matching him with the person that he'll graduate with, and then custom training him for that person's needs.
But he's got to get through this. So maybe if there's some things we can take away from this, I mean, what do the trainers do to break that barking habit?
A lot of it, of course, is working with treats.
Yeah.
And before he even gets into that situation where he's going to bark, getting him to focus on the trainer, and rewarding him for focusing on the trainer instead of on whatever that stimulus may be, whether it's a dog or a person or a squirrel. So it's going to take a lot of time and patience, but fortunately his trainer is perfect for that, and she has a lot of experience working with dogs, especially adolescent dogs, in these types of situations.
It's what they do. I mean, this is their specialty. So you talk about the stubbornness, and you said that even you have noticed some improvements already.
Yes. For example, this morning when he got in the car, he jumped right up.
Right.
And I used to have to lure him with a treat because he would just decide that, nope, I don't really want to get in the car right now. You're going to have to pick me up.
I need to be lured with treats very often. So Zipper, I feel your pain, my friend. We're hoping that he can work through these problems. I mean, it's obviously somewhat typical, but just not something that a dog like this can deal with.
Right. And this can happen to any dog anytime, especially adolescents. This is common. It's just that as a service dog, we need him to be pretty darn close to perfect.
All right, Aaron, thank you so much. Good to have you as always. We appreciate the work that you guys are doing, not only with Zipper, but with a whole lot of dogs in training. So we'll get over to Greg now. Greg, you know the feeling. I mean, sometimes you got to be led with treats, right?
Maybe I don't want to do the weather right now.
But I got to allow